What's up? It's your boy ET. Look, if you're looking to or you got to raise the bar on your marriage, you gotta click the link and get into Married into Crazy, y'all. I'm telling you, this coaching is gonna take your relationship to another level. Now look, you already know you need to raise the bar. You know that already. So stop thinking or overthinking. Click that link, and Marriage into Crazy is gonna take you and your spouse to marital bliss. Now you know. Click the button. Let's go.
Welcome back to another episode of the Married into Crazy podcast with Snooks and Lovey. I'm Lovey, and we're doing something today that's been long overdue, and that is another segment of the Man Cave Moments. Every now and then, I'm going to go solo and talk about some of the different things that I've learned from other couples that we've interviewed or that we've picked up along the way during our 26 years of marriage to discuss just different aspects of being a good husband, a great husband. I'm not saying we execute on this. I'm not saying I'm a great husband, but these are some of the things that we've learned over time from all the different interviews, from the different experts that we've had come on the show, and we share nuggets. And trust me, this is as much for me as it is for you because I'm still learning. It's a work in progress. I'm always under construction, trying to become a better version of the husband that God intends me to be, right? So I know it's already within me. It's just a matter of drawing it out. And sometimes we just need to rehash. It's like going over your notes. So the goal today is to go over 3 points that we've discovered over time that helps to be a better husband. I'm not saying a good husband. I'm not saying a great husband. I will say a better husband. From wherever you are right now, these are areas that I believe that we can actually improve upon and continue to sharpen that sword, so to speak. Because at the end of the day, it's just like iron sharpening iron. You know, we always talk about that. Proverbs 27:13, I think it is. I might be screwing up the scripture. Forgive me if I did. But it's as iron sharpens iron, we as couples should sharpen each other. That's our spin on it. It says iron sharpens iron, so should one person sharpen the countenance of their friend. Again, I'm not a biblical scholar. I live it more than I speak it, but it's one of those things that we should try and always elevate our game, so to speak. So the things I'm going to talk about today, number one is about communication. And you're like, duh. Look, we all know that communication is a key to having a great relationship, but we seem to fail at it miserably more times than not. We're good at it, but are we consistent with it? One of the most important aspects of being a good husband is being able to communicate effectively with your partner, with your spouse. We use the DISC assessment quite often when it comes to our coaching sessions with the couples that we work with, and as well as some of the individuals. The DISC assessment allows you to get a better understanding of your own preferences and tendencies to help you understand how you respond to certain stimuli over time. There's a natural way of responding, and there's also an adaptive way of responding, depending upon where you're at and if you're flooded, if you have emotions going on, if you're put on the spot, or if it's just the way that you do it all the time automatically. And we help people understand how they respond to these stimuli, to these different situations themselves, right? First, you need to understand yourself and how you approach certain things. Only then, by understanding yourself, can you then start to really recognize how you should be responding to others, and also starting to wonder and think about compassionately their perspective, what they're viewing. Because more times than not, they're not the problem, you're not the problem is the problem. And where we get lost in communication is trying to understand that we need to collectively address the problem. I'm not trying to fix you, you're not trying to fix me. We're trying to really come together and find a way that we can discuss the problem, the thing, and keep the main thing, and we do this together. Now, this includes being able to express your thoughts and your feelings, but also take a stance or a space, or step into a space where you can actively listen, right, and understand your partner's perspective. By utilizing DISC, and there's a variety of other tools that are out there, it helps you get a leg up, if you will, to be able to do that. So that's number one. Number two is truly being a part of your partner's emotional support. Being a better husband means being supportive of your partner. you have to include, I don't know, being there for her or him. This is a man cave moment, but I don't know who's listening, but being there for them in the difficult times, not just the good times. It's easy to stand in the gap and be there with them when they're celebrating, your love, when you're celebrating a new milestone, you're celebrating the birth of a child, purchase of a home. But can you be there for them when they're in a bad mood and they're being a jerk? Recognizing that something's going on, taking a step back and understanding that they need encouragement, they need understanding, right? Giving them that emotional support and being willing to help your spouse through whatever it is they're going through. Sometimes at the expense of putting yourself on the back burner, your needs on the back burner. Can you do that as a man? Honestly, taking ego out of the equation and being there as a man, standing up, being that pillar for your home, for your castle, and being the punching bag sometimes. Sometimes they just want to get things out. And I had to learn that the hard way this past week. I'm offering these up to you, not because, I'm the expert and I do this all right. That's not the case. I'm a work in progress just like everybody else. But again, these are things that we've picked up from other couples. And it's almost like looking at your notes, right? What am I not doing correctly? What am I not doing well? And we want to find out, how can I do this better? And that's why we're talking about these different things. The last thing, the number 3, honestly, is going to be showing appreciation. How do we do that? It's by showing them that we care about them. Random, small acts of kindness. It can be, it can't be grand. It can be bigger things, but bringing her flowers, cooking her dinner. Remembering it's important to show the little things like candy, planning a weekend getaway, doing some of these things that, might be small, but it does require you to kind of understand where and what their love language is. If you haven't read The 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman, I recommend doing that. If she comes home and you've decided that your love language is physical touch, she comes to the door and you think, I need to show her that I care, and you give her this big kiss and you're all over her and you're mauling her, you might be invading her space because that's not her love language. Maybe it's an act of service. Maybe a better response would be that when she walks through the door, she notices that you did the laundry, you folded the clothes, you put everything away, you took care of that project that's been lingering for months. Maybe it's just you took the time to go do the grocery shopping and you bought all the things. It doesn't matter if you got it right or wrong. It's just the fact that you did it. You have to understand what their love language is, and that's how you show appreciation, not according to the way that you want to be appreciated, but according to the way that they want to be appreciated. Those are the top 3 things that have shown through time and time again over the countless interviews that we've done over the years, as well as when we brought experts on. And look, there's one piece of advice that is in Stephen Covey's book. What is it? 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. First, seek to understand, then to be understood. If we as men, as husbands, take the time to truly invest and try and understand where our spouses are coming from, to understand what their needs are, to understand their perspective, how they see things. And then once we really labor to put that effort forth to understand their vantage point, discuss that, then once they understand that we are really trying to understand them and we really are building a bridge to them, then and only then should we then seek to be understood. It makes them more receptive. It creates an environment of better communication for all of us. And I think it creates a very healthy environment that we want to live in and potentially raise children in. So hopefully this has been helpful. It's been a good man cave moment. Go ahead and drop a comment down below, or if you're watching on YouTube. But if you're also listening to it on one of the many podcast platforms, feel free to, give us a rating and leave some comments. Let me know what your thoughts are, fellas. And hopefully I'll get more and more of these man cave moments based on the teachings from some of the other men that we bring on, the husbands or experts. Until the next time, be blessed.